Hello, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Welcome to the H.O.N Show. Today is our end of year just recap. We're going to be going over our Spotify Wrapped as suggested by the comment up on screen. Shout out to the reply to our comment. And then we'll also be going over, we want to do like our top songs, top album, or top song, top album.
I'm thinking we'll talk about our favorite albums and songs that we've reviewed this year, along with like top albums and songs that came out this year.
Okay. That sounds good. All right. Well, I guess we should start with our Wrapped. Who wants to go first? We want to go in order?
I can go first.
Sure.
Okay.
So I have YouTube Music because YouTube Music is underrated, and I get it for free. It's here. Your year in music, and then YouTube Music has this. It's trying to fit in this slang that the modern kiddos use. My 2024 listening was giving. Wild. That's wild. Giddy. Kind of rhymes with the certain person's name.
Is this a reference chat?
Chipper and indie.
You're this chipper guy.
I feel like indie is the only one that's like could even be considered a genre, and even that's
Wild, giddy, and chipper.
and even that's a little like controversial. I listened to 34,711 minutes of listening this year. I thought that was pretty in line with last year, but I think I looked and last year I only had like less than 17,000.
Damn, so you really upped your game.
Yeah. Which is funny too, because I've been listening to CDs a lot this year. So, and you explored 2,511 different tracks. Since we're in person, it's like I almost like want to like say more out of pocket stuff when it's like when I'm at my house, in my room, I'm like censoring myself. But like here, it's like I almost like
just let it out, man. Let it rip. Not like
and you explored 2,511 different tracks bodies.
Tracks bodies?
Yeah, because
they worded like tracks bodies?
no, that's me being out of pocket. What I'm saying is that they said that I explored 2,511 different tracks, and then I'm saying that I explored their bodies.
I get it now.
I thought you that's what they were saying. I was like,
you bodied these tracks right here.
Okay, no more being out of pocket.
And you explored them.
No, keep being out of pocket, man.
But one became your theme
Got
song.
a clip farm.
One became your theme song. Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh.
First listen date was January 28th. Total listen time was 134 minutes. I'm going to be honest, this song was a canon event. Like, well, first I heard it on Fortnite Festival. Just because. And like, I mean, obviously I've heard of it before, but I hadn't really listened to it until then. And back then I was really into trying to like get better at that because I was bad at rhythm games until that came out. And I just focused a lot of my time into trying to get better at that mode over the winter. And this is one of the only tracks on there. And the more I listened to it, the more... At first it was like a joke, you know, we were like, oh, Yas, Queen Slay. But then I was listening to like the actual lyrics and I was like,
this shit's actually fire.
And then I pulled it up on YouTube Music and I just like, I listened to it like at least once every day. And like sometimes I would just like, I'd walk downstairs, I'd see my phone on the couch, I'd listen to the song, and then I put my phone down, walk away, and be like... listen to it again because I wasn't done yet. I had to go back.
Wait, her writing is this fire?
Hold up, her writing is this fire? Top 5 tracks 2024, Vampire with 37 total listens. Second place is Go by the Black Keys. I don't think that one should be that high, but I did listen to that album a lot. Welcome to Tally Hall and Spring in a Storm. Spring in a Storm was also a big one this year. The Surfer, that would definitely be talked about a bit later for songs of the year, like songs that came out this year. But my top artist was the Black Keys. I thought it was going to be a toss-up between Black Keys and Weezer because I listened to Black Keys' whole discography in the first half of the year and then Weezer in the second half. But it stops keeping track of your yearly recap like around November. So I'm pretty sure it was close. I was in the top 0.1% of the Black Keys listeners. I listened 122 times as much as the average listener. I'm above average.
Damn.
Now let's roll credits on your supporting cast. My top 5 artists of 2024. First place is the Black Keys with 77 hours. Second place is Weezer. It doesn't say how many hours anymore, just for the first one. Third place is Arctic Monkeys, which is cool because it feels like I listened to them a lot less than last year, which makes sense because last year I only listened to Arctic Monkeys. But it's cool they made the top 3. Fourth place, Queens of the Stone Age. And fifth place is Vampire Weekend. Makes sense because I did all of the Queen's discography, and Vampire Weekend is a smaller one compared to the others. Still, I can see that. You had main character energy.
Oh, Vampire.
Chad, is he him? Is this him?
I don't know, guys. If you guys saw the way I said Baka the other day, you might not agree with that one, though.
Let's play back the plot of your year. My 2024 listening timeline. In February, I had Vampire on repeat. Yeah, I did. June was my top month with the Black Keys. Makes sense. That was kind of like my grand finale of listening to them a bunch, making them play this after I finished the discography. July was all kinds of happy, at least musically. I can see that. November had my most adventurous month because that's when I listened to like five new albums a day in November. So I was definitely I was kind of crashing out a little bit, but still.
Wasn't you? What were you saying at the end of November? You were like, how you were like burnt out on music. Wait,
Yeah.
didn't you listen to the Black album, or was
No.
that earlier?
Black album was like in September, and that's when I almost I lost faith in music for like a day. But in November, I just listened to so much that I was going numb and I was crashing out. So if your year were a movie, you would be the undercover agent. I love disguises, skipping original recordings in favor of remixes, covers, and live performances. I didn't do that many remixes and covers and live performances this year, but you do you, I guess. Some people are all talk, but you really know how to listen. Talk to. What is this going to be about? Especially when it comes to podcasts.
What's the number one podcast? Let's see.
We did it.
It's going to be on your guys' top podcast as well.
We did it. We did it.
I spent 522 minutes listening to it in 2024.
Yeah, only
basically what we do is whenever that we upload the podcast, we watch them like on our own like YouTube channels on like 0.5 speed, so we can get more watch time to hopefully push it out more. So if you're watching this, thank you so much for watching this.
But never forget that no matter what you do, you can't beat us. We are our own biggest fans. You really commit to the artists you love. Because why listen to singles when you can binge a whole album? That was kind of my mindset this year. So yeah, that checks out. My top albums, I was very surprised but pleasantly about this. My top album of the year was Only God Was Above Us by Vampire Weekend with 9 hours listened. I listened to it a bunch in spring and a bunch in summer, but it didn't make my top 5 albums of either of those seasons. But then it's my top album of 2024. I don't know how that works, but second top album is Songs to the Deaf. Third top album is Marvin's Mechanical Museum. Fourth place is Pinkerton, even though I feel like that one should have been been second. Fifth place is Brothers by the Black Keys. That one I did listen to quite a bit. This year certainly had its ups and downs. My musical moods of 2024. 15% reflective, 20% dramatic, 16% energizing, 22% uplifting, upbeat, 25%. Who knows any?
Energetic, upbeat, uplifting.
What is Bloody Apple?
Where's the real section? Like the real.
Where's the Sigma section?
Yeah,
like
100% Sigma.
Look,
50%.
Here I see 5 musical moods of 2024. But where's the 5 big booms of 2024?
Yo! Chat, put W in chat. That was a W in chat. For real, no cap.
Wait.
And this is why we do this stuff online.
Yeah, if we do it in person, it'll.
But it's so much better in person.
It is.
Yeah,
It is more fun. Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap. I'll get it because
they're
calling him out. They're calling him out. Well, that's my wrap or my recap. Done.
W recap.
So, me?
Yes, bro.
I guess so.
All right, gang.
So
I gotta take out this thing. It's a little bit too uncomfortable.
Wow, that's not New Year's anymore.
I'm not really in that, or I am in the New Year's spirit, but.
So, no, give me.
I thought you screenshotted it.
No, but okay. So, shit.
Whoa.
Life moves fast. Luckily, we took notes. So, I've listened to 22,119 minutes this year, which I think, I forgot exactly what it was last year, but that seems about right. I think it was double last year, maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but I did a lot of listening in the earlier, kind of after rap happened, and then it didn't really count. Put you top 17 of listeners worldwide, which is pretty awesome. My biggest listening day was July 4th with 361 minutes.
Damn.
July 4th, I think.
Good
Yeah,
on
July
you.
4th. Yeah.
That's well.
Wait.
We did our thing on July 3rd, right? Or
Yeah.
was that July?
Damn. What were you doing? What? Wait.
361 minutes. What was that?
Wait. It shows the top day? What the top song you listened to? Like, that was one of my things.
Yeah. Let's see. I listened to 1,671 songs this year. How many did you have?
Was it 5,000 or 2,000? Mine was. I listened to 2,511.
Okay. Yeah. My top song was "God Is in the Radio" by Queens of the Stone Age, which makes sense. I think it would have been there anyways, but I'll explain. I also was playing it a lot when I was trying to do a guitar cover of it and then failed doing it. But that second solo on this song is one of the best solos ever made. It's just too good.
Yeah.
It's not 27 times, most stream time, 27 times on April 10th.
The crazy,
inaccurate as well, but
the craziest thing is I use Amazon Music mainly to listen to my songs. The number one song on Amazon Music is "God Is in the Radio" too.
Because of me. How much was it?
I mean, I listened to songs in the def like maybe a few times.
How many? Do you know how much? I still go. Could you?
I'll go. Wait, I can't really check Amazon Music. I mean, I can check it on my phone, but
So, number 1, "God Is in the Radio." Number 2, "Potion Approaching."
Arctic Monkey.
Yeah. Number 3, "No One Knows" by Queens of the Stone Age.
nice.
Number 4, "All You Ever Wanted" by the Black Keys, and number 5, "Marty Bond."
Interesting.
I have my.
some Modest Mouse on there.
See,
I think it was too late in the year.
it was too late in the year. I listened to so much. Next year will be my year.
Wait, so how does Spotify work? Do they only track like in like the middle of the year?
No, I think it's from December to the end, but it might end counting at the from January 1st to I think October it tracks.
Oh, okay.
But they might be changing that, I'm pretty sure. I have all of my. Do I go through all of my their custom April was your.
Oh yeah, do it.
So, let me see. I said. Trying to just get it. Oh my gosh, it's being weird. Okay, April or something was my breakup strut pop phase.
Breakup pop phase.
You're really into Olivia Rodrigo, Britney Spears? No, I was not. I think
Toxic.
One of those.
That was at the end. I think it includes other artists like the ones you. So Olivia Rodrigo and Billie Eilish. I listened to "What Was I Made For," so that one I guess makes sense. June was sweater weather rockish indie, and some of the artists were Arctic Monkeys, Vampire Weekend, and Alex Turner.
With a title like that, I thought there'd be some Weezer for the sweater.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the neighbor, like the sweater song
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
July was your nerdy permanent wave alternative rock moment.
Where did we come up with this
Weezer, Muse, and Queens of the Stone Age.
Nerd.
You listen to 372 artists, but one has special place in my life.
Why you say that?
I think the mic couldn't even hear that. It's so soft.
It was Arctic Monkeys, which I wasn't expecting because I was expecting, but also wasn't expecting because I stopped listening to them at all past I think maybe April or something. But the reason why I kind of stopped listening to them because I listened to every single one of their song. I went to listen to every single B-side and all of that. So I think I did a lot of listening then, and I didn't listen to them pretty much at all the other part of the year.
I thought Queens of the Stone Age would have been on first.
Your longest listening streak was 38 days. And does it not give you what percentage of artists you were, or no?
I think that's...
0.5% fan, and you spent 2,622 minutes.
Wow.
We also got number 1, Arctic Monkeys. Number 2, Queens of the Stone Age. Number 3, Weezer. Number 4, Vampire Weekend. Number 5, the Black Keys, which I don't expect the Black Keys. I feel like I listen to other stuff way more than them, but I guess maybe not. I mean, I listen to
also growing in the year with a lot of El Camino, Ohio Players, Rubber Factory, Attack and Release.
Yeah. And then the only other things that I got a cool YouTube, Instagram, I don't know if I call it Reels or whatever, from the basis of Queens of the Stone Age. And that's pretty much it.
That'd be.
Yep.
Well, I guess it's my turn for my
You
rap.
need my phone?
I could use your phone, yeah. So, I guess I'll wait for the phone, but.
There you go. I wasn't going to hurt you.
Okay. So, this is only screenshots. Like, I didn't screenshot my full Spotify rap, so my segment might be a little bit shorter because I mainly use Amazon Music and I barely use Spotify. And the Amazon Music was corrupted. Or not corrupted, but my family listens to that, and then he obviously, like, played God Is in the Radio, like...
So you're saying
I think it was
family is a corruption?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nah, it's fine. I'm gonna need to switch to Spotify.
Yeah, we gotta do
or
a
something.
duo.
Yeah, we gotta do a duo account,
premium,
bro.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have.
You want to be part of the cool kids?
Yeah, I want to have my own personal Spotify Wrapped eventually, but
Or your YouTube music.
yeah, or YouTube Music. But for my Spotify Wrapped, my top artists. So this is not in order, I don't think, because I just took random screenshots. Oh, okay. I'll start with this. Your biggest listening day was October 13th with 407 minutes. The craziest thing is, I don't even remember this day. I don't even remember what I was... So it says I listened to Amor de Film de Note, Por Favor, Neme? Yeah, that was... I streamed it 38 times.
What do you like about the
Starting
song?
on October 13th.
I've never heard this song. Someone was playing this. Did someone break into my house? Like, I don't even know what I was doing. Wait, I should check my phone, my gallery, to see if I took any photos on that day to remember what I was doing. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess I'll move past this. But February was my serotonin permanent wave indie phase. You're really into artists like Arctic Monkeys, MGMT, and Tame Impala, which I guess is pretty fair because I did go through the Tame Impala discography or their album. I haven't done their B-sides. I'm gonna be doing their B-sides this year. But I don't remember listening to them too much on Spotify. But I guess I listened to them enough for them to be on the Serotonin Permanent Wave indie phase in February. May was my funny parody comedy rap moment.
Oh,
You were big on artists like Momeboy, Shotgun Willie, and Alex Schor. SHOSCHOR. So, funny story about the Momeboys. Like, we did a Momeboys review. And I think I listened to that album like 5 or 6 times, but because it wasn't on Amazon Music, I only listened to it on Spotify. So that definitely boosted the streams a lot, and that's why going into it later was one of my top artists. But the other meme rap artists, I made like a meme rap playlist for some reason. I don't really listen to it that much, but I made a meme rap playlist, and the other 2 people on there were on the playlist a lot.
so no YFM on the playlist?
No YFM.
Dang.
I don't know. I probably should have added some YFM. I still need to listen to the YFM, all their songs.
Yeah.
As for my top artist of the year was Tally Hall, which is really interesting because... Sorry.
Oh, it's hyenas.
Wait, I thought that was my younger brother. There's
no,
like coyotes.
outside.
Wait, guys. The wolves are howling while we're talking. Are we part of the wolf pack?
Nah.
Are we the alphas?
Are we alphas, bro? Wait. I'm gonna go.
Hyenas
Well,
done effed up the podcast.
I know. I thought that was Everett, our younger brother, for a little bit. I was like, what is he doing? But
I thought those was Disco and you're always howling at
that's crazy. But yeah. Anyways, my top artist was Tally Hall, which is kind of surprising. I'm not on Spotify that much, and I don't remember listening to Tally Hall on Spotify. But I guess that's fair because I did listen to Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum a lot on there. But that is I was kind of surprised by that. I mean, I'm not mad, but I didn't really listen to their second album, or I mean, that's not under Tally Hall's name, but musical.
Hawaii Part 2.
Yeah, Hawaii Part 2. But yeah, so that's a little bit surprising. But the plus side of that is I got a custom message from Andrew, which was beautiful. I really hope they make more music.
Yeah.
But and then the final slide I have here, I took some screenshots. So yeah, my thing's a little bit shorter. But my top artists were number 1, Tally Hall; number 2, Moon Boys; number 3, Pink Floyd. I listened to I had a few of the Pink Floyd, like some of the popular songs. Like I was listening to them a lot on Spotify, so that's probably why they're up there. And I also did listen to "Wish You Were Here," "Dark Side of the Moon," and parts of "The Wall" this year on Amazon Music. So I'm not surprised that Pink Floyd's up here, but it's interesting. Number 4 is Radiohead. I wouldn't know if they would be number 1 if I had my own Spotify. They would probably be in the top 5. And I think I listened to a few songs by them this year on Spotify, like on repeat. I think I played Jigsaw Falling Into Place. Like there was one month where I played that a lot. So that song is really good. And then number 5 is Digbar. I'm actually surprised that this guy's here because he wasn't in any of the monthly recaps. But he's another meme rap person. And I think he was on my meme rap playlist that I made. For some reason, I still don't remember why I made that, but well, that's the end of my list. I also had a football bougie rap session I forgot what month it was, like June or something, but I didn't take a screenshot of it.
What does football bougie
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know, man. It was what was his name? Big X the Plug. I listened to a few of his songs because he was like blowing up on TikTok, so I was like listening to like why he was getting a lot of views, and then that was it. I don't know why a whole month was dedicated to that, but it was interesting. I don't have the screenshot here, but that's my Wrapped. I don't really have, like I said, because I use Amazon Music and my whole family does, so it's not just mine. But a lot of the songs from the TV Girl Who Really Cares album were on the top 10 in terms of like my top 50 songs on Amazon Music. But yeah, that's my Wrapped. Nothing too crazy. Just funny to see like what I was listening to on Spotify because I don't normally go on Spotify that much. But yeah. Well, what's next, guys?
You're next.
Well, there's two things. Should we do like this last year, like our favorite songs from albums that we reviewed over this last year, or just like save that for last and do our favorite albums and tracks that came out this year?
Yeah.
What should we do next and save for last?
So we were planning to go through like we can cut this out if we needed to. The top or like our top.
So basically just like off the top of our head, like a few of our favorite like albums and songs that we've heard from the channel and like our reviews this last year.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Obviously some of it will tie into like the albums that came out this year. If you talk about, unless you want to save talking for Imaginal Disc for like the albums that came out this year.
Yeah, I'll say that for the end. I'll just talk about some reviews that were interesting.
Okay. And then we'll save to talk about like stuff that came out this year for the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably just do my favorite album and my favorite song, which are both the same album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, there was a little cut there because we were discussing what we're going to be doing, but basically we're just going to be going over some of our reviews and some of our favorite songs and reviews that we've done over this year. And I think we've like over a year and a half, but we'll just stick to this year. One that sticks out to me that was really interesting for this year was our No Idols ranking, just because it was our first collab ranking.
Yeah,
and
that was cool.
The album, like I never heard of it before, and I'm surprised that it isn't talked about more in like the hip hop scene, or not scene, but like social media, like TikTok area, like TikTok reviewing area, because the songs are really good and the production was really good by The Alchemist, and a lot of the songs like Prophecy is really cool, like the guitar on that song. I'm not sure if it was a sample or The Alchemist made that, but the production on that album was pretty crazy, and like the first 5 songs on it all flowed into each other. So yeah, that's one that stands out to me. There's a few others, but I don't know if you guys want to go.
Yeah, one that stuck out, which this isn't one that we like chose for the channel, because normally we take turns all picking an album for the channel. Sometimes it's ones that we haven't really heard before or I've heard a tiny bit and want to like explore more with the others. But one that stuck out a lot was Pinkerton. That was definitely like a big album for me this year. Yeah, we talked a little bit about like us first listening to Pinkerton, how it was his first Weezer album, and then I listened to it a week later.
Mhm.
But yeah, like pretty much at least once every week this summer, I would just like listen to the album, which I hope that was pretty short, like just a little over half an hour. But yeah, like just it's so unique, and it's like some people say that it's one of the best rock albums now, partly just because of like how personal it was and how much like it pioneered for like the emo scene in music. And it's like the emo scene is pretty big. Like it was a huge part of the 2000s, but I'd never heard of Pinkerton until like this year, which is crazy. But also I loved seeing the backstory, or not love seeing it because it's like it is pretty sad. But it's like the backstory for like how this album came to be, and like what Rivers Cuomo went through. Like yeah, just seeing that, also like all that like pain, physical and like mental, like put into this one album that like failed back then but is like seen so highly now. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but still love Pinkerton. It's like a top 4 album for me now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was obviously this year has doing the album reviews helped me listen to a lot of different stuff, and like obviously doing the songs for the deaf made me like Queens of Stone Age, and then being told this wasn't fully for the album review, but I was for listening to Vampire Weekend.
Oh yeah,
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Another one that I was kind of surprised with that I wouldn't listen to without the album ranking was Trench. I was happy to listen to that one. That one was nice to listen to.
Yeah.
That gave more. I thought it was.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the channel, I probably wouldn't have listened to that one soon, or like this year, most likely. But I'm glad I did because it was interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it, I guess, for that too, for the album rankings. But
yeah, I mean, obviously, I love the Arctic Monkeys ones, but that's not like like I had loved them like before the channel, like going through their entire discography in 1 year on the channel, because all of us had already listened to all the discography last year. But another one that stuck out a ton, which wasn't even one that it's like I picked. Nate picked it. It was TV Girl, Who Really Cares.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, I never heard of it. I mean, like I'm not on TikTok, so. But yeah, but just really great storytelling, and like it's very catchy. Yeah, it's like I love a lot about it, even though I don't go back to it that often. But that was a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other ones we did that like I probably wouldn't have listened to if it wasn't for the channel. I mean, there's obviously the Smiths one, which was something that I was thinking of listening to, but listened to it because of the channel. I listened to it, which I'm glad I did because there were some good songs on there. Some other ones I'm trying to think. Like, don't have the list going off the top of my head. I'm not sure.
There's still Black Keys this year.
Oh yeah, the Black Keys. That was Ohio Players, which was good, and also El Camino.
There's MGMT. That's the only one I can think
Oh,
of.
MGMT! Yeah. I forgot about that, bro. That album was really nostalgic.
Yeah.
Just in the production and the way it sounds, and the songs being nostalgic because I heard them when I was younger. But that album was amazing.
Yeah, I like how that one sounded, and also like it's funny how it talks about nostalgia and growing up when it's like it is a song that is nostalgic to you.
Yeah,
but I feel like the album I rushed through a lot because I was like at the height of like how busy I was with my summer internship.
Yeah,
but yeah, I still like that one. But yeah, I should say gave more time to it.
Yeah. And then I think my favorite one of my favorite songs from that. I mean, obviously, "Time to Pretend" is number one, which is kind of a basic or one of the top stream songs, but I think it deserves, at least for me, being number one. But Fourth Dimensional Transit. I forgot what the song's name was exactly, but that one was absolutely crazy at the production. That one was also one that stood out to me while listening to it. Besides that, I mean, all the albums that we done, I'm proud of, and I'm glad we did them. Like, I'm happy that there hasn't been an album so far that I've disliked while listening to.
I mean,
for the album thing or for our channel.
I think it's pretty rare for us to dislike an album.
Yeah.
It's like I think of all the albums I've listened to, there's only like one or two that I actually dislike.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, we also do a lot of just I guess we haven't done. It's not like we listen to a lot of new albums that we aren't sure if they're good or not. So
we mainly choose albums that we've already heard.
Yeah.
Things or we want to listen to.
There's just so much stuff that we kind of have to go through, but.
And just and also we choose these two because sometimes it's albums that we know that we'll love or at least like, and just mostly just want to talk about. It's like we're pretty big yappers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are pretty big yappers.
So, if it's done with that, I guess I have So, if you guys had to pick a favorite song of the year that doesn't have to come out this year, but just that you've listened to, and a favorite album of the year, what would it be?
So it doesn't have to be a song that came out this year.
It doesn't have to be a song that came out this year, but that favorite one the song that kind of defines your favorite of the year, and then your favorite album.
That's tough.
I guess I can go first.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a song that came out this year, and I think it does define not just this year, but also this decade so far in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'll talk more about this album later, but The Surfer by Vampire Weekend.
Yeah,
the reception on that song's kind of split. Some people say that it's the worst on the album, and then some say that it's one of the best. And for me, it's well, first of all, it's the only song on this album that has Rostam back, which is cool. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing his name, but that was cool. Also, I love how the whole album sounds like this, but this one song, it doesn't even sound like really like music. It sounds it sounds almost like when you're thinking, and then it's if you're walking down the street in a city, and then it's all the sounds blend together, and it makes a song in your head, kind of. So it's it's not really made to be music, but it's it sounds like music to your ears while you're thinking, and just the lyrics in the song, my interpretation of the lyrics at least, it puts into words thoughts that I've had and things that I've tried to explain to other people in multiple hour-long conversations, and I could never really explain.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that in 6 minutes they were able to capture that emotion and those feelings, both in sound and in lyrics, is really, really touching.
Yeah,
but I just love that song a lot.
You have an album?
A favorite album of the year?
Yeah.
Or favorite album that you've listened to this year. It doesn't have to be.
Oh, well, my favorite album of the year that I listened to this year. I'd probably say Pinkerton. It's hard because I could say Attack and Release by the Black Keys, because that one I listened to a lot when I was younger, and then I had a bunch of the songs stuck in my head for a long time, but I never realized that it was by the Black Keys until earlier this year, and then I re-listened to the album, and it's almost like a door in my brain that was locked for a long time, and then re-listening I was oh, and everything just kind of unlocked.
Uh-huh.
So that's a top 3 album for me, but again, I kind of already listened to it, but now it's I'm old enough to understand the lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
Pinkerton, though, that was completely new to me, and that one is top 4 albums of all time. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if I had to pick a song that kind of, I guess, was one of my favorites of the year, I would probably go with or kind of define it. I would probably "The World at Large" by Modest Mouse, because I think that song's so beautiful. I think I listened to it that I'm kind of near. It's not near the start of the year, but it was, I don't know. I always have those lyrics a lot of the time in my mind, and I think they're just so wonderfully brilliant and good, just with all the Modest Mouse lyrics. And it was really a lovely song. I don't have, I guess, as much to say about it because I talked about before. And then for album of the year, I'd probably go with the Songs for the Deaf. And then I guess Pinkerton also a good one. The Songs for the Deaf, and it opened my mind with oh my gosh, it's just so good, unbelievably amazing. How is this even possible? How do they do this?
Yeah, that's like a top 5 album of all time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that
also-
album was great.
yeah, it's like it's like I feel like it's like an objective kind of like one of the best albums of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely should be talked about more.
You can disagree, but you have to understand that you'd be wrong if you say that it's not one of the best ever.
Yeah, it's really good. As for mine, my favorite album, like that I've listened to this year, or I don't know, but my favorite song this year that I've listened to is is one that I'll save for later for the album of the year and song of the year picks.
Okay.
Like of this year, but songs that I've listened to this year that I've really liked. This year I got into Radiohead and listening to them. I always heard of them, but like I didn't listen to their albums yet. And listening to OK Computer was just really crazy. And from that album, like just the parallels with today and technology, it's kind of crazy how well they're not predicted it, but just how well it kind of shows up today, how all the themes show up today. And some of the songs on there are really insane. But like, and as for like my favorite song of the year, as I said, I'll get into later. But
I think we can go into that now. I don't think there's anything else you have to go through.
Yeah, I will say that I did listen to Jigsaw Falling Into Place from In Rainbows by Radiohead, and that one was really amazing. I mean, it's not a situation that I've been in, according like the lyrics and the theme of the song. So I think it's about like nightlife and I forgot what it was like. I forgot what it was fully about, but that the composition, like the way that song's made, or not made, but the way that, yeah, it's really good. I had that song repeat, but I haven't listened to it in a while, so I'll give some those albums another few listens to get more of a full opinion on them. But those are some of my favorite songs that I've discovered this year, along with Songs of the Deaf. That one was really crazy, and Tame Impala. That was another one where I went through their discography. I've listened to Currents before this year, but going through their discography, like the Slow Rush was amazing. Inner Speaker was really good. I have an Inner Speaker shirt on right now. Lonerism was really good. Lonerism was kind of like I could relate to the lyrics more compared to their other albums. And the production on all the albums are pretty insane. And that's the main reason why I got into them. But the lyrics stood out to me their lyrics their lyrics stood out to me on Lonerism. I mean, all their albums, except maybe Inner Speaker. I mean, Inner Speaker's, the lyrics are fine, but I haven't really delved into them too much. But yeah, Lonerism and Currents were and the Slow Rush. All three of those were ones that I listened to a lot and enjoyed. So that's pretty much it. My favorite album that I've listened to this year, and also my favorite song of the year, will be coming up soon for our album and song of the year picks.
So then you go now.
So for albums and songs that actually came out this year, I guess we don't have to do like a top 5, but or could we? Or I don't know
if you want to do a top 5. I don't know if you can do it. You can do whatever you want. You can, for this one.
I listened to more albums from this year than I thought I did. I think I listened to, just a few hours ago, I listened to Submarine by the Marias for the first time, and that was pretty good, but again, I haven't listened to it enough. I haven't listened to it enough to actually like have a full opinion on it, but that was pretty good. I probably listened to like 10 albums from this year, but top 5, I'm trying to think of how the order would be. Yeah, okay. So I guess 5th place, probably be Ohio Players with the Black Keys. Just like I listened to it a lot back when it came out, and it's like there were some like small flaws that it's like I could see, but eventually on more re-listens they kind of ironed out. And again, like helping you guys get into the Black Keys and also watching all those like skits and like marketing also helped a lot. I think the album's overhated, but yeah, I like it.
I agree.
I like it a lot. 4th place is probably Clancy by 21 Pilots. I forgot this album came out this year. Not because it is forgettable, but because it felt like it came out last year for some reason. But yeah, but that was really good. also helped me kind of get into the band a bit more. Third place is probably Imaginal Disc. Just amazing storytelling, as we talked quite a bit about that in our last podcast. And again, like it sounds pretty cool too. Second place is Chromacopia. Again, I'm not super huge into hip hop, but it's like Tyler just does like some really cool stuff with like both storytelling and in production. And also the features too are also good. And the first place is Only God Was Above Us by Vampire Weekend. I mean, it's like my second favorite band of all time, and that's my second favorite album by them now. And it's in like my top 15 albums like of all time, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the whole thing, like it doesn't sound like a whole lot like their other stuff, but you can obviously tell that it's them. But yeah, I love it a lot, especially like the kind of like classical, like no pun intended, because there's a song called Classical on there. The kind of like New York City, kind of like, I forgot what era it's from, like it was like 50s or something. I don't know, like that kind of like style of music. It's very cool. Also love the final song from the album Hope. Yeah, I listen to that one a lot too. And then Connect, it's cool how they sampled their first song, Mansard Roof.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's my top 5 albums. I guess we can go in a circle and I can talk about like top tracks of the year.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
So I guess I don't really have for albums. I mean, I didn't listen to that many, but I am gonna try to listen to most of the album of the years for the Grammys because I want to like know more about them. Waiting for the Grammys, I feel like that'll make me enjoy the Grammys more. But I don't know. I obviously so I listened to barely not that much. I didn't even listen to Brat, which I need to. But obviously, Only God Was Above Us is my favorite, and it was really good. I would kind of like some of my favorite ones. I mean, else we were gonna go off that at a different time, but
you can talk about
some of my favorite ones were probably Ice Cream Piano. That one's really good. Connect, Prep School Gangsters was definitely like a top one, and it's one other one, but not there's a lot of them, but it's one other one that I was just gonna say, but I can't remember. Then I guess recently I listened to Downfall of a Midwest Princess. It was actually just yesterday, but
actually that was last year. That's last year.
Yeah, I haven't listened to an album since last year.
Well, we haven't listened to any albums this year so far.
That's crazy, bro.
That'll change soon.
Yeah.
But it was actually pretty good. Obviously it was really freaky, but hey, if it's freaky and it's good, then I can get behind it.
I'm sure you'd love to get behind it.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I guess some top tracks off of that one would be definitely Pink Pony Club. Hot to Go is pretty good. Red Wine Supernova, I've been liking more, and
That was catchy.
Trying to think of more of them, but again, I just listened to them. So yeah,
nice. Yeah, Only God Was Above Us. I need to re-listen to. I mean, I listened to it once and it was really good, but I haven't gone back to it. I don't know why I haven't. Some albums. I mean, I have a definitive number one, but I haven't really listened to too many albums this year. I have listened to a few, but not where I can make a top 5 list and be like sure about each one of the picks. Because I mean, some of the top albums I've listened to a few times, but yeah, some ones that stand out to me are the newest JPEG Mafia album, which was really cool. He blended different genres, and the production was really crazy, and just the energy on some of the tracks. That album was pretty good. It's pretty crazy. I need to go through the rest of his discography. As for some of the other albums, what were some of the ones?
There's
Brat. I did listen to Brat once. Brat was pretty good. I only listened to it once, so I don't really have that crazy of a thing. I don't have that defined of an opinion of it. But I thought it was good. I don't think it's album of the year, but I think it definitely deserves it. It definitely could be. I can see why it would be album of the year, because it just really defined pretty much this whole year in music. Not the whole year in music, but it definitely yeah, it brought a whole like new attention to. It was just a huge pop culture thing. So I can definitely see it being album of the year. It wouldn't be my personal pick, but that that album was pretty good. I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, Chromacopia. Chromacopia was really good. It wouldn't be my pick for album of the year, but I definitely could see why people would want it to be. There's a lot of songs on there. I don't think there's one bad song on the album, unless you don't like Sticky. But I think Sticky's really good.
It's getting sticky.
It's getting sticky.
Dun 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 dun.
With the mix of there being like sadder, more heartfelt, deeper songs, and then upbeat, fun songs to listen to. I think that album is really good. As for my number one album, which I maybe a few months ago listened to the first time, and I've listened to it maybe like 5 or 6 times since then, is Magdalena Bay's Imaginal Disc, which we already talked about this a lot in our previous podcast. I think we're going to make a separate video, like our segment of talking in it or talking about it. But yeah, listening to this is like, I saw this in a podcast. It's like a fine, I won't say it.
No, please.
No, it's like a ray of like sunshine, love, peace. It's just it's fucking you in the best way possible, but it's not
That's worse than
not in an appropriate way. Like,
that's the worst than the last time you said it.
What?
I said it was effing your ears.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I sold. Yeah, it freaking my ears in the best way possible. I want to reiterate.
Right.
Oh yeah.
No, save that for Patreon.
That's sweet, baby. That is.
Oh, in the back. I want to see is that the dude? Wait.
Yeah, it's Matt.
Yo,
Dude, Matt is so handsome, bro. Me, yeah.
all
right, I gotta stop, man. I don't know what we're.
Well, we didn't get really drunk for
Yeah, I was getting really drunk,
Yeah.
obviously.
We're so hungover right now.
But yeah, that album was amazing. I mean, obviously, after first listen, the production really stood out to me, as it was kind of similar to just the amount of layers and stuff as like Tame Impala and like the synth and the synth pop and like the experimentation. But going into it like more, we discussed our interpretations of the story in the podcast. But I think there is a underrated side of it that not a lot of people talk about in the story of the album, which I think I'm going to try to do a deep dive in. I'm going to try to look through each of the songs and try to piece together a story. And there's also a website that we went through on the podcast that I didn't even know existed, which is such a cool layer to it. And it's so cool how they've done so much for this, or there's so much content for it out there. It's really cool. That's pretty much it. That I can think of right now. If you want to see us talk or yap about Imaginal Disc, our last podcast we talked about it for a while, and then I'm also probably gonna edit a separate video of us talking about it. But yeah, that's my picks for the albums of the year so far, or my favorite albums of this year. I also listened to The New Sound by Jordy Grief, but I didn't really like that one too much. But to be fair, that was kind of a weird day. Like I don't remember if I was kind of sick, but I definitely was really tired at the end of the day, so I couldn't really remember too much because all the album was like blending into each other. Besides Holy Holy was really good, but the rest of it was just kind of like blended into each other. Nothing really stood out to me, and the vocals weren't. I wasn't the biggest fan of the vocals.
I think it's a delivery for me.
Yeah,
kind of off-puts it a little.
Yeah, the delivery and the lyrics, or not the lyrics. It was just kind of maybe the lyrics. They were just kind of strange. Not like Holy Holy and what's the first song? Blues was kind of funny, but the rest of it kind of blended into each other. But I haven't really given it another fair re-listen, so I will do that before I like fully say my opinion on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me for albums. I guess we can get into songs.
Yeah, songs. Well, there are a few legendary songs from this year. I'll just choose one from each album, I guess. I think I'll do a top 3. First place is obviously The Surfer. I talked a little bit about it. Love it so much. Second place is actually the not part of an album. It's Feel It by David.
Oh yeah.
That one, I heard it like I watched the Invincible episode like today it came out because I was binge watching Invincible for the first time and I love the show. And that song did stick out, but then I went back to it later and I was like, wow, it's even better than I remembered. Like that song is almost like a checkpoint in this year, kind of like it's like it kind of like helps me look back on like the point before that and also look forward to the point after that, and like it's just so like upbeat and like catchy. It's really 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 good. I like it a lot. Third place is probably Navigating by 21 Pilots. Like not a lot of songs always catch my attention on first listen. It's kind of rare if they do that, but this one did. And then after I saw the lyrics, I just loved it even more. But yeah, obviously more songs that I loved. Like This Is Nowhere by the Black Keys. A lot of songs off of Brat are really good too. Brat and the remix album for Brat. But again, I haven't spent a ton of time with Brat. I was kind of late to the party. But yeah. Any top tracks that came out this year for you?
I'd say obviously I talked about some of the stuff I've only got was above us. Off of Chromacopia, I'm a big fan of. I thought I was dead. I talked about some of the stuff. I'm trying to think of any. I'm trying to think of. I feel like there's some other ones like random ones like that came out this year. I'm trying to think of, but I mean I know there's a couple from the Saviors album.
Oh, yeah.
I don't listen to them that much, but I do quite enjoy them. With like the American Dream is Killing Me and stuff. I guess one other song I'd like to point out. It's pretty popular, but I think Too Sweet by Hosier. I kind of really love that song. I think his vocals are really good on it.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's the only other one I can think of.
I heard that song a long time ago, but I forgot it sounded.
Oh yeah.
I think it was like last winter, spring, or whatever, summer. I don't know. It's a while ago.
And I guess there's a couple of the what's his name? The Ohio Players ones, like This Is Nowhere. But yeah.
Oh yeah, This Is Nowhere. I mean, a lot of the songs, if I would give like a top three, would probably mostly consist of Imagine Disc songs. As I'll go through some of the albums that I've listened through earlier. The New Sound, I really like, even though I didn't really like this New Sound and I haven't really listened to it too much. Holy Holy was really good. It was really insane. Like, yeah, that song was great. Chromacopia, Take Your Mask Off. That's what it was called. And Like Him are pretty close, but I think Take Your Mask Off.
Like Him.
Was number one for me. That song was really pretty and a really nice message. What other ones have we listened to? Oh, off of Brat. I don't really remember Brat too much, but Von Dutch was really. I like Von Dutch a lot. From first listen, I haven't really re-listened to it much, and I don't remember that album. But just going off of the album that I discussed earlier, it's kind of hard to think of like what my favorite songs off of the new JPEG Mafia album were, because they're all kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Either On or Off the Drugs was good. Sin Miedo. I need to re-listen to that album. I haven't listened to that in a while. But as for my song of the year personally, I think it would have to go to Watching TV by Magdalena Bay. Yeah, I listened to that song, or I didn't listen to it extra times, but every single time it came up in the album, like, I mean, the first time I heard it, I cried. It wasn't like a full cry, but like I never really cried at albums, so that was like a new experience for me. And yeah, that album's just like crazy. I saw a video discussing how this person's complaints with the Imaginal Disc album and how they didn't like how half the songs or some of the songs, they had like the intro part and then it was all building up to the end, which is kind of I disagree with the argument, because it's like the end has so much more emphasis and value, and the intro is still really important to the song, and it sounds good too.
And if anything, it kind of like makes each song better. It makes each song better because it's not, because like you can't really call it predictable if each song has the same formula, because it's like because like if the first phase like in the chorus sounds good, then each song on that album I feel like it switches it up for each chorus, and like on the final go like it like goes into overdrive kind of.
Yeah,
So it's like it just gets better instead of like feeling repetitive or predictable.
yeah. Kind of like where Death and Romance, which I think was absolutely amazing, but it was a little bit below Legendary, which is our top tier
like
for
off the charts, like 10.5
off the charts. Because it kind of was like it was the same throughout most of the whole song, and it didn't really change too. And it was longer. If it was a little bit shorter, I think it would have gave it Legendary. It's borderline, but wait, borderline reference?
I can't remember the lyrics, but I think this is how it goes.
Is that a Ryan Gosling edit reference?
But yeah, watching TV was amazing. Like the lyrics too, the layers too, like off of a face value, like the production was insane. I think during like I forgot what part it was. It was during the middle of the song before it started ramping up at the outro, but like there was like in the left side of a headphone there was like a little bit of acoustic guitar, and then in the right there was like not synth chords. Yeah, I think it was synth chords, and it's just such an insane listening experience, and also the lyrics were also another reason why I love the song. Just like facing the monster inside you. The Sigma is coming inside of me. Yeah.
The weak shall quiver.
The weak shall quiver when a nice guy gets angry.
What are we doing?
But yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's my number one song. I'm going to be trying to go through a deep dive of the story of that album. And yeah.
What's y'all's 0.25 song of the year?
What?
Like top song of 2025?
No, I just said 0.25.
Wait, no. So let's make the first hit of 2025. Ready? Let's go.
Zimbabwe. They call me Oliver the way I be Oliver. They call me Kev. They call me Hot Otendo. They call me
H.O.N.
I just swallowed my hair. They call me. They call him like you talk to it, talk dum doc doom. Say something.
Editor, it's up to you. You got this out of the video.
I don't know. I mean, it depends.
He's not saying anything, Nate. You go.
I think we should end the video.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything, bro.
These people be haters. They don't want to sing on my song. I'll make a hit without them.
Life is Roblox.
And you know it's going on.
Yo, Chad, is this the first viral song of 2025?
So I'm some pre-save.
Well, thank you guys for watching this. Again, this is our first time doing an in-person thing, so the microphone quality and it's might be a little bit scuffed. But thank you so much for watching, and Happy New Year's. We have a few more videos in real life planned. But yeah, thank you. Bye.